Do you really believe your own hype that much?
I am the hype! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone, wherever you are. Hope you're having a lovely day. Happy April 1st. Welcome into a new month. I hope everybody enjoyed my little joke. That was about all I could come up with. We'll do our announcements. I'm going to put a little music on in the background, if that's okay for everyone. Since we just got done listening to music from, 10 years ago? Let's see, I think that shouldn't be interfering with the other. I have to do some sound adjustments really quick. And boop. There we go. Okay, there we go. Got that. How am I doing, Scenaries? Well, hello, Scenaries. First off, hello everybody who put up with my little shenanigans there at the beginning of the stream. I am doing very well. The truck was very long last night and fairly hard. But we got through it. I did get a nap when I got home. So the April Fool's joke to me was that my truck pranked me because it was very late. It didn't arrive until midnight. And I didn't get back in until about 4 o'clock this morning. But I did manage to take a little bit of a break. As for the April Fool's joke, I had promised everybody during several Ledger Dragoon streams that one day everybody would come back in and find that I would just leave them on the menu music stranded. And for just a moment, I'll go ahead and I'm going to turn my avatar off just so it doesn't like weird out while I switch over the settings. And we've got some lovely music going. Where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay, so I'm still here. I didn't want the avatar to go all goofy while I switch back over to the actual thing that we were supposed to do today, which will be in just a bit. But I have to switch the system because I actually did use the Vita for that. And hopefully that won't weird out my video card too much. Okay, there we go. Hello, Moonlight. Did you happen to catch my little joke at the beginning of the stream? I left everybody on the menu music only for about 30 minutes. But I had the Dragoon menu music up. Everybody thought that I was going to stream Dragoon today. Well, actually, I had it scheduled Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and we are going to do that in a bit. As a matter of fact, I can put that on in the background so y'all can see. I'm not lying, I will get to that. Ah, there it is. But I hope you're having a good day, Moon. Have you had any good pranks yet? Scenarios the same to you? Has anybody gotten you yet for the first? No, nobody. Oh, I was the first one to get you then, Sonaris. That's fun. At least I got a couple people. Arc Mooter liked it. And I believe Morgan the Great was in here to see it. And I think Morgan Titian just left for work before I got it up and running. I know Ashino came in the middle of it, I think. At least I got a couple people with it. So I'm happy. But it was April 1st, and I had to do something for it. And then I figured I would do the announcements with just some nice music playing in the background. And then in a little bit we'll get to Yu-Gi-Oh! I think we'll do Yu-Gi-Oh! Unless anybody else wants me to play something. And then tonight will probably be Minecraft. I'm going to see if I can't get some of the friends together and we'll do some Minecraft later tonight. But I do hope everybody is having a good day and relaxed. Hopefully nobody will have any, like, really bad pranks for you waiting. That's the worst thing I plan on doing today is this. I promise the next stream I won't start it. I just wanted to do it for the morning stream, because it was going to be a casual Yu-Gi-Oh! Stream anyway. And I know that we've been doing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Lately, but I'm really enjoying that game, so there is that. Matter of fact, I'll probably start the game up in the background while I've got the music playing. Maybe I can get the sync right on the sound. And then I'll switch over to the other chapter. But I wanted to make sure all the announcements were made, since I kind of forewent that with the joke. But we're still doing the gear quest. I've extended it until April 2nd. So after Saturday night's last stream, I will do the final tally and post that in the leaderboard in the Discord. Morgan Titian grabbed, I think, the first today. I'll update it today after this stream. I'll make sure all the updates are done. But we're still going to count any gears that are cleaned between now and the end of Saturday. And then probably Monday, I'll go ahead and make the announcements on who won and hand out the rewards on Monday. And right now, before updating it, let me go see who is in first. Currently, well, I have to tally up Morgan's, but when I last updated it, the first place winner is Buno so far. And then it looks like it'll be Viv and then Morgan. Titian, okay. But I think Morgan Titian pulled ahead on firsts. They've claimed the last 3, I believe. Besides the gear announcements, let's see. Oh, I do apologize. I had to cancel the other night stream. I know I had it set up that I was going to stream this a bit more last night, but I got called into work early because the truck was going to be exceptionally large. They needed extra time to clear out the inventory and set the line. And then the truck ended up being late, and that's why I said I got pranked myself by my own truck at my real-life job. But that was all that really happened last night. I'm hoping that if I get this started now, and I put the Yu-Gi-Oh! Button screen, the sound won't desync on me as badly. And we'll go over to that in just a bit. And then I'll switch the title cards over, and we'll be ready to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Go back to learning. I might do some of the storyline actually today. I could actually leave our own music playing. Let me see. Ah, there we go. We're on the main screen. And now all I gotta do is get the card right so that people actually know I'm not playing Dragoon. Ah, there we go. Perfect. I was afraid with all the scene switches that my OBS would crash, but it did okay. Make sure that my sounds aren't all messed up. That should be about right. I think that's where I had the video card set. Oh, of course. You waited until I switched scenes and you're desynced already. It's the only problem I'm having with this game is that it randomly just desyncs the sound for some reason, and I have to turn off the capture card. And it's okay. And then you just put it back on, it typically catches up. I think there's something in the settings that I'm missing. There we go. So I think right off the bat, instead of doing the other, I think I'm going to actually try out this new one. I'd like to see if we can't, well, how many do we have? Oh, geez. This storyline's a lot longer than I thought it was. Oh, well, we'll at least get the next storyline. I want to try and find somebody who has the cards for our deck so that I can do better customization. Let's try the next in the storyline. Okay, so this is the... We beat the Harpy lady, who had a pretty... I think it was a creature deck. So this will be the next in the line of story. Oh, and we didn't play as Yugi in the last one. We played as the other character. Let's see. The truth and power of the Millennium Puzzle was beginning to dawn on Yugi. During his duels, the puzzle infused Yugi with the power and the soul of an ancient spirit. Though this was a major issue to ponder, there was a smaller but no less important matter to deal with. Oh, the dueling made me hungry. Did any of you guys remember to bring any food with you? Sorry, Joey. What were we thinking coming with no food? Are we ever going to get through the rest of the competition without anything to eat? That's a good question. This dueling takes it out of you. I haven't seen any burger stands or restaurants since we got here. Well, I smell something cooking that way. They followed the scent to the beach, where they spotted a campfire, with several roasting fish in the distance. Oh man, I just love barbecued fish. It smells so good. I bet it even tastes better. What makes you think those fish are yours to eat? Trust me, we eat first and ask questions later. Your stomachs will thank me. Joey ran down to the campfire. Joey would say anything to fill his belly. Some people have absolutely no self-control. Joey, save some for me. Tristan ran after Joey. It wasn't long before Yugi and Tai joined them as well. Joey grabbed one of the fish from the fire. Oh man, this looks awesome. Just as the team began to bite into the fish, a young man emerged from the ocean with a spear in his hand. Enjoy yourselves, you fish thieves, for this is your last meal. Oh, I knew this was a bad idea. How dare you steal my fish, you bottom-feeding thieves? Hey, chill out, guy. It's just a few fish. A few fish that do not belong to you. It is still fisherman's catches to prove you have no honor. Wait a second. Aren't you Mako Tsunami, the top-ranked ocean duelist? And who might you be? I am Yugi Muto. Sorry about your fish. You're Yugi Muto, the only duelist to ever beat Seto? What a fine surprise. I must apologize. I've been ungracious. If you are friends of Yugi, please come sit down and eat your fill. Oh, that was a quick change. The team sat down at the fire and shared a meal with Mako. After the feast, the team thanked Mako and started to head out, when Mako threw his spear at the ground in front of them. I treated you to dinner. Perhaps you will honor me with a duel. He's nuts. No, but I am an expert fisherman, and you've taken my bait. Bait? Why, the fish, of course. I laid it out and lured you three right in, but I never expected to catch Yugi. I rode in the another 3 duelists a short time ago, but he was not a worthy opponent. But a duel against Yugi would be a true test. Mako Tsunami, I accept your challenge. Aha. Well, we'll use the story deck. I like to use the story decks on the first play run just to see. Sometimes there's mechanics in it that I don't know, but I can learn them that way. Okay. Go first or go second? I'm gonna go first. Fish deck. I have a feeling it's gonna be really quick. Okay. So I'm using the story deck. This is not my own deck of creation. I wanted to see what Yugi was using in the storyline. I believe the decks are actually done in the sense of the main story. Golem Sentry. Once per turn, you can change this card to a face-down defense position. When this card is flip summoned, target one monster your opponent controls and return that to hand. Oh. So it's repeatable, I guess. It can keep doing that, if I understand that. During your opponent's turn at damage calculation, you can discard this card. You take no battle damage from that battle. This is a quick effect. So you can use this one in your hand? I suppose so. Once per turn, when the battle position of a rock-type monster you control is changed, you can target one spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy that target. Ooh. A giant warrior made of stone. A punch from this creature's earth-shaking results. So it's like a stone and dragon deck, I guess. And I've seen the baby dragon before. Well, unless I'm wrong, it seems the best thing is to set this one. And apologies, I think the sound... I really need to figure out why the sound keeps doing this. Hold on. I can tell that the sound lagged out again. It's the only problem I'm having with this game is that the sound lags out. Probably a time for a new capture card. Okay, so we put that down. And I think you can set that and I can play it later. Can't do anything on your first turn. Can't attack. They immediately played a spell. I thought when it flipped up it did that. Once per turn, when battle position of a rock-type monster you control is changed. Okay, they don't have one right now that's a trap. Okay, well let's get this. Get to cards. I need rock if I'm going to activate that. But they pulled out, such a big creature. I'm not doing well in this battle. Ritual summon spell. It's too big. I can't handle that one right now. $2,000. Not much else I can do. That thing, I don't like this deck that I'm playing. I don't understand it, but that's okay. We'll get through it and see if it has anything else. Currently, this deck is very blah. It just has lots of creatures and nothing else it really plays. Archfiend, Ephine, Tara, nope, doesn't do anything special. It would help if I could actually get it out. But they destroy every card I put out. I can't believe that this is Yugi's deck from the story, because it's very bad. At least in my opinion. I can't see anything good with it. It's just all creatures. I don't have anything else that's really going to help. They took out everything else I had. Oh. I'll have to restart this battle, but at least we might as well play it out and see. If I can, well, this is at least half decent. I have that in my main deck. If I'm lucky, maybe that card can't come back out real quick. Here we go. Well, I'm really low in hit points, though. Life points, I suppose they're called in this game. Activate this card by targeting one monster your opponent controls. Cannot attack or change its battle position. That's an interesting trap. I will set it. I don't think I need it right yet. Okay, whatever their trap was doesn't deal with battle damage. Should I bother activating this? No. Oh, please. It keeps popping that up. The equipment's against... Oh, okay. 700 attack and defense. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, return it to the top of the deck. Oh, that's interesting. No, please don't ask me that. This other card's annoying. Oh, there we go. They didn't... Oh, well, maybe I did get the upper hand. Target one monster in either player's graveyard. Special summon it? Does that mean I could take that fish? I think so. Well, that's insult to injury, isn't it? So I guess this deck does get good, and I just got a bad hand. Because I just won with their own card. What a grand duel. I salute you, my friend. This victory was not easily won, Mako. You're a great duelist yourself. New deck, duelist. Recipe. Challenge mode. What? I got challenge mode? What is a challenge mode? Booster pack to buy. Wow, this gave all kinds of stuff. Amphibian Beast, the Legendary Fisherman, Mad Lobster. Huh, we do have a new person to try out my Fire and Machine deck against. It said new booster. Does that mean it's a booster I can buy, right? Oh, it is. I'll buy one. I want to see what they get. Fairies. Pay 2,000 life points. After 20 turns have passed, you activate this card. And you win the duel? Oh my gosh. It's one of those cards. So you play this card pretty early on and just stall the opponent. Ah, this has to be special summoned. Oh wow, that just blows up the whole board. Oh, that reminds me of a card in Magic called Wrath of God. Void Trap. Oh, that's a good one too. These are really interesting destroy cards. A Fiend, Reaper of Card. Wait, what did it do? Select one trap card and fill and destroy it. Huh. Well, that's cool. At least I do have a new... That's the only one we unlocked, but I can purchase new cards. I don't see... What's challenge mode? This. Duelist Challenge. Oh, these you have... I guess you have to use your own deck for these? What does this do? Quack, quack. Fire Machine. I don't know. I'm going to hit X just to see what a challenge mode is. I might not be able to do the challenge. We just unlocked this game mode. Maybe it's just a way of playing your own deck against them, I think. Oh, okay. I think challenge mode is just a way to use your own custom deck and avatars and all that. I believe I'd asked this before, Moon, but are you having a good day, friend? I hope so. Let's see. Probably get something with defense, only because you can't attack in the beginning. Vision. Oh my gosh, right off the bat, they pulled out. That deck that they have is so super advanced, I think. It's got the ability to pull that out right away. Took damage, resummoning another card. Their deck just keeps cycling that. Oh no. I always get worried when I see this because I can't stop to look at their cards, sadly. Yeah, they just took out all my creatures. No, please don't ask. I need to look in settings and see about that. That really makes me upset. I don't need that to ask every 10 seconds. Who? Which? No, I don't want to activate that. What did it do? It negated the card, I guess? Oh, it did. Does that let it have any hit points or attacks? 700? Not enough to beat anything. Well, I can't do anything. They messed up my whole run with that. I was going to say, they win automatically. There was nothing I could do to this deck at all with mine. Wow. I'll try it again. I feel like that opponent got really lucky with their hand in the beginning. Oh, they like to go first, huh? Well, at least I got some of my draw cards. I need to start learning their cards, actually. See, that first duel that we had with them didn't allow me to figure out what they were doing. Once per turn, choose one deck and place it on the top of your deck. Ah, so that's how they're staging themselves out. I get it. Hello, Stalling. How are you, friend? Didn't expect you to be playing this yet again. Well, I had my little April Fool's joke at the beginning of stream. And afterwards, I had this scheduled to be played. And I was like, well, I don't know what else to do. So I'm just kind of randomly doing games today. And yes, I'm kind of hooked on Yu-Gi-Oh! So I thought I'd try this again. Do some storylines. Oh gosh, it's the fish guy. I don't remember the last time I saw him. Anyway, greetings. Hello, Saito. I hope you're doing well today. Did you heal up? Did you rest up? How's everyone doing this morning? Have you played Sir Iko before? If it's a player, or rather, one of the characters, I don't think so. The deck I'm trying to use is a custom deck that I made. I didn't think it would fare well. We're still working on it. I'm feeling much better, yes, thank you. But I'm also work lurking. Oh, well, thank you for the lurk, Saito. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better, friend. Those of you who don't know Saito, by the way, they're a very talented artist and streamer. Let me get them a shout out. Oh, what were you playing last? AI, the Somian Files. I don't know that one. I don't know if I've even seen you play that one. Okay, hopefully they don't just pull out magic from their deck and do me in 2 turns, but we'll see. It's a decent start that I have. Decent. Oh no, here they go. They're going to be drawing all their cards. They have a lot of synergy with their deck. That's so many plays. This is the only part about the game that's a little frustrating, because I have to go back and figure out what happened. So it's something with this, I think one of you told me about ritual summoning. If you ritual summon exactly 1 ritual monster with a card effect that requires the use of monsters, this card can be used as the entire requirement. You can discard this card and add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So they're playing definitely with some synergy on that card. Target 2 water monsters with 1500 less graveyard. Add those to your hand. This card can be used to ritual summon any... Wow, everything they have is to get that card out. Oh, it's the game where you solve a murder and what's behind the receptionist desk. Oh, very interesting, Saito. Gishki was like the first ritual deck to be good. Ah. I haven't seen a ritual deck yet, so that's interesting. I don't have anything like that in my graveyard. Oh. Nothing's gonna last long enough against those creatures to go out. They have multiple creatures that's level 10 is the better ones. Ah. Well, most of his cards are now in the graveyard. I think he's just going to get them back, though. Doesn't have much of a hand left. Hello, John. How are you doing? Oh, John, you caught the beginning of my stream then? I hope so. I was hoping that some of the Dragoon players would come in and get tricked by it. Happy April 1st to you, John. Is this online? Yes, this game has a multiplayer mode. I'm not playing online, I'm doing a challenge. We just unlocked the challenge. They recycle their cards from the graveyard very easily. Yes, I've noticed that, Stalling. It just keeps putting up cards, one after another. Every card they have just keeps getting him more cards. This is one of the reasons I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, is because when I saw people taking 10 minutes for their turn, that was just frustrating. It can happen in Magic as well, but not under official rules. Most of the official decks are very limited in doing that. Okay. $1,500. Can I beat that? Not yet. I just don't have much I can do at this point. Until I can get that other card out. They rebuilt their whole hand from nothing. It's impressive, though. I mean, the deck has just pure synergy. It just keeps going and going and going. It's a much more advanced deck than me. Oh, let's see, put that in. Yeah, their cards are so much better than mine. I don't even know what that effect is. I need to read that card. It just keeps duplicating itself, I think. I didn't even want to play that at that point, but... Let's see, might be able to get caught up. Ah! I figured it had something to stop me. I need to not attack, right? Yeah, I can't attack. Wow. It can't attack, but I can't attack either. Talk about stalling me out. One of their ritual monsters only gets the ban list in more recent years. Kraken, because that one could hand loop the opponent very easily. If it's destroyed in battle. Oh, that's right. I didn't have... Oh, I thought that fire was in there. didn't do it. Well, I can't attack this. It's got 3,000. I'm just shy of that. I'd have to get a card to pump up. At least his card can't attack. It will soon, though, I'm sure. Well, I wanted to try out the cards just to see what would happen. Yeah, their deck is just more advanced than me. I don't have any of these XYZ cards. Oh, why does it always do that? No, I don't. No. Do not activate. What does this do? 700? 3,400. Wow. Never mind, I won't get through that. Will I? Nope, I think I fall short, right? Yeah. Ugh. UFO turtle summons a fire deck. When itself gets destroyed, I see you got that confused a bit there. Yeah, I have been. I keep thinking of magic. What time did you wake up? Let's see, what time was that? I know I only got a couple hours of sleep. I believe it was... Ooh. Oh, I know an easy way. I always post my... It was like 8 o'clock, I think. 8 a.m. Eastern time, I believe. Oh well, not much I can do there, right? No, they go right through me now, I think. So against a deck like this, you need something that can banish those cards that are allowing him to cycle. Yeah, he just killed it. There was nothing I could do. I beat him in the storyline. Well, and you get to see these cool effects that I can't do yet. Yeah, I can't do that challenge. I've tried. That challenge is too much for me. Alright. I'm going to quickly go fill up my coffee, take a short break. We'll play a couple... Well, I don't think I'll do the challenge. As Stallingo said, I don't think my deck's ready for that. I do pretty good with my fire deck against the the other normals. These. I've beaten all of them with my fire deck, but this one is going to be problematic. They just have too many good cards right now. Anyway, we're going to take a little self-care break. I'll be right back. Only 3 ritual decks where Tier 1 in the game's history. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait. I have to build a better deck for that one. Okay, I'm back. Hope everybody had a good break. I need to find some people who have this on PlayStation 4 so I can actually challenge them on screen. That'll be fun. Maybe at some point, once I've learned more of the game. And gotten through some of the more advanced things in the game that you can do. All of these characters, like I said, I've beaten them with my other. Let's see. Well, if I can't do that character, perhaps we'll just move on to another storyline. The sounds keeps doing this. Let me see. There we go. Maybe that helped. I have to keep refreshing the capture card for some reason. This one's a dinosaur duelist. Oh, it's my Valentine again. My Valentine sat on a hill, having a quiet moment to herself. I don't get it. Trashing hotshot duelists is usually as fun as a full clearance cell. Why can't I enjoy it anymore? It's all because of that obnoxious punk, Joey. I can't believe such an amateur beat me. I've got to get even with that grinning gutter punk. At that moment, Rex Raptor, whom I dueled and defeated on the way to the Duelist Kingdom, jumped out and surprised her. It's me, Rex Raptor, the Dino Duelist, and I'm itching to finish that match we started on the boat. Oh. Funny, I thought I already knocked you on your Jurassic butt. Oh, think whatever you want, but you're about to get stomped. You think I'm going to waste another minute with a pea-brain like you? Beat it, Dino Breath. Shoo shoo. Pea-brain, I happen to have been a finalist in this year's regional championship, and I'll have you know that I've already won 5-star chips. Mai held up her bracelet to show off her star chips. Whoa, how'd you get 8 chips already? From wannabes like you, who think that by dueling a chick, they'll score some easy stars. I've only lost once, but once I find that punk kid Joey, it's payback. Joey Wheeler? How'd you lose to him? I'd love to see you try, and, it gives me an idea. Rex, I'll agree to duel you, if you do something for me first. Mai and Rex searched for Yugi and friends in hopes of finding Joey. Wasn't long before they did. Tell me that's not who I think it is? How are you, Joseph? Glad to see me. Ecstatic. So, Joey, is Yugi still fighting all your battles for you? Everyone knows if Yugi wasn't there to hold your hand, you wouldn't beat me. Isn't that right, Yugi? That's not true. Oh, really? When I propose, he steps out of your shadow, here and now. Joey thinks he's so tough. Let's see him play for himself. Think you have the guts to step up and face the duelist I've arranged for you? I'm dueling on Mai's behalf. Recognize me? Oh, that's Rex Raptor. This twerp's supposed to scare me or something? I bet you he ain't so tough. Don't you remember, Joey? Rex placed second in the regionals. Well, Joey, you going to ask Mummy's permission, or what? This is your big chance to prove yourself, or you gotta back out. Don't worry, sis. I'll make you proud. Alright then, it's dino feeding time. Let's duel. Bring it. We'll use the story deck. Mine's not really ready for this. That's okay though, now we know what we need to focus on. I kind of want to go, yeah, actually I do kind of want to go second. I think this deck does better on second, doesn't it? Of course, it might not be the same one. Well. I mean, I'm glad I went second, I guess, because they would have attacked me with these. A 14... Wait. You can special summon this card. When you do, your opponent can target one monster in your graveyard. Oh, that actually helped him. Increase the attack and defense of all Beast Warrior type monsters by 200 points. Oops, rather long thing there. Let me see what that's about. Ritual monsters in general require you to activate their specific ritual spell to summon the ritual monster from your hand by attributing other monsters from your hand and or the field, whose the total levels are equal to or higher than the ritual's level. It's an awful mechanic because it requires just so much setup and loses you so much card advantage. But the Gishki attempts to circumnavigate those downsides. Oh, well, that deck that we fought in the challenge, I might need a specific deck to beat it. Like, I'll have to build a deck to beat it. What was this for again? Beast, Warrior, and Warrior. Okay, so that's not too bad of a card to play. Against 700 on a fire attack. Activate one or both of these effects simultaneously. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, change that target to a defense position. Target one face-up monster you control, equip this card to that target, it gains 500 attack. Huh. Well, it didn't change theirs. I think it helps my cards, I think. This is a warrior with 15, 18. Can't summon it yet. That's a spellcaster. This one's 17, 14. Ah, well, at least I can help. That'll help somewhat, right? Well, this isn't like the other deck. At least I've got to do some damage. No, I don't want to activate that yet. I want to see what they play. They set a monster. I want to try this card out. Okay, 22. They're both in defense now. What's this one do? Nothing. Okay. That's just a standard card. Take out that face down. Uh-oh. I think that's... Wait, I can't get this one out yet, right? No, I'd have to sacrifice. I've already got a lot of stuff on this one. 22. It would be stronger. Swamp Battleground you card. That one's not going to work. I'll go for the damage to them. You don't need to set the equip spells, though. The only kind of spell that can be activated during the opponent's turn are quick plays. The ones with little lighting symbol. Ah. The tribute monsters of this deck are all awful. Yeah, I noticed. That I am noticing. This deck doesn't have a whole lot of good stuff in here. Well, at least now we know what that trap was. That's fine. I couldn't even keep that card to tribute it. Oh, at least that's a warrior. 19, that's good. One nice thing is I am taking down all of their cards and keeping them from getting any more out on the field. Maybe I could pull something in good next turn, maybe. And that's not fire, that's not fire. Okay. Well, I'm happy. At least I did some damage. And I'm still at full health, so that's not bad. Of course, I've seen how quickly that can change. You can go from full health to nothing. Ooh, what was this? Target one monster your opponent controls this turn. If you tribute a monster, you must tribute that monster. As if you controlled it. Huh, that's interesting too, but they don't have any cards. 18. 15. Okay. That should be the end of this character, unless they have something I don't know about. Well, at least I do good in the storyline when I'm using their decks. Ooh, stuttered out there for a second. Ah, guess you won my star chips. Not only did I win your star chips, but I won your red eyes too. New duelist, reverse duel, new deck challenge, signature card, card reward, reinforcements, track Odon, and duel points. Huh, well, at least I won some stuff from that. I don't know. Is this game cross-platform? I don't know. Because you have it on Switch? I'm very tempted to buy this on the Switch, John, because on my PlayStation, the sound keeps lagging out. And I'm wondering if I put it on the Switch, if it would work better. I don't think this game's optimized for the PlayStation or something, because it keeps doing what KOTOR does. It just, the sound lags out. It's very odd. For a good while, the decks of those first duels of the first campaign are very much low-stated normal monsters, ooga booga. just monster fests with them clubbing each other, I guess, stalling. The Switch version, I believe, is only the newer version. This version is the older, and those two are not compatible. Ah. The reverse duels sometimes too. The first match is impossible though. Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh! Original is basic cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is Fusion, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DS is Sangro, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero is XYZ. Okay. So you don't, I can't remember, John, do you have a PS4? I thought you did have a PS4. But if you have the Switch version of this, maybe I should pick it up. I have somebody to duel with. Synchro. Yes, Synchro. Y'all taught me how to do synchro the other day. Well, that's okay. I might, I like this game enough, John. I might get it on the Switch, because I really do appreciate this game. It's been fun. I either need to get a better capture card, or figure out something, though. Because besides the sound lagging out, I know it's difficult to see the cards on screen. It's on the PS4. I saw Moonlight. I saw several Yu-Gi-Oh games on the PS4. But it seems John doesn't have it on the PS4, or doesn't have a PS4. So, I might get it on Switch so I can play with someone on stream. I still want to beat them with my card deck, but I can't because I'm not good enough. Also, thank you, Moon, for telling me what the editions where it was released. Stalling there has been going over all of those with me and had said as much in the last one, but it was nice to see that on the chat in case anybody was wondering. It's a lot like Magic. Each edition of Magic kind of introduced newer rules. And I was saying yesterday that in these card games, I kind of like it when you just play basic games without the advanced rules, because at the core, I just like, simple card games. This is the deck that I've been building. I'm trying to make a steampunk deck and replace the what do you call it? The bad cards with good cards as we unlock them or get new ones. Oh, that is cool. I got that warrior, but I don't think they're that great. I'm still trying to figure out the other. XYZ cards, I think I've got like 2. A couple. It would be a type of card, I think, right? No. I see aqua, plant, beast, monster, fish. Rituals, normal, continuous, counter, quick play. Oh, I could look at quick play. That's neat. You can sort them by their tribute, which is nice. Where was that, though? That's not what I'm looking for. Synchro, fusion token, return, special summon, cannot normal summon, XYZ monsters. There we go. Yeah, the black border is, Stalling told me it was the black border cards. I mean, they look really good, but you're telling me that they take a long time to set up? That one's a rock. I have a beast. A thunder one. Plant, I have 2 of those. Insect, rock. These are just effect cards for the XYZ. Let's see, XYZ cards are pretty simple still, and you could add some to your extra deck without even touching your main deck because they're so simple to use. Oh, ritual monsters are the one that take a long setup. I looked up the wrong thing. But you were saying I could add some of these to my extra deck, so maybe I'll do that. I don't know what I would add to my extra deck. Let me see. 2 level 4 monsters. Oh, I do have 4 level 4 monsters in my... 2 level 4 monsters. Well, I don't know. I'll throw one in there and we'll try it. I don't know if I'll get to summon it, but I'm not adverse to trying different things. That has Earth. You have to get Earth monsters. Well, what's this one do? It's an insect. It doesn't really fit the theme of my deck, but just to try them. Castle is super good. Which one? Castell. I must have went over it. Wait, I'm looking. Which one is that? Was it the one I added? This one? The bird with the gun? Oh, okay. Let me look at that in a second. You basically just need... Yes. I'll throw a few in just to try it out. Also, as a side note, XYZ monsters don't have levels. They're ranks. So any card that targets X level monsters can't affect the XYZ. Ah. Where's that bird with the gun? This one. Ah, Castell, the Sky Blaster Musketeer. You can detach one of the material from this card, then target one face-up monster on the field. Change it to a face-down defense position. You can detach 2 XYZ materials from this card, then target one other face-up card on the field. Shuffle it into your deck. You can only use one per... Interesting. I don't know if it'll come up in a normal battle, but we can try it. We'll just pick the easy fight just to see. We've already, well, I say easy. I can lose to them, but I've beaten them a few times, so I think we'll be alright with it. I just would like to know why my card is lagging behind. I guess I should be thankful it's playing at all. Nope, I did it again. Oh, return to menu. Campaign. Yu-Gi-Oh! You can look at the XYZ tutorial in the game. We'll try this, and then, yeah, we'll check out the tutorial. We're just going to do a single battle real quick. The thing I like most about this game is just playing random games. That's why I was saying it'd be really fun if somebody wants to play the game with me. I'm going first, so I can't do anything with that. No, it's doing it again. I'm really tempted to just get rid of this card because it's so annoying. I left that card in a weakened state. Good. Okay, that's very good. I do like that. Level 4, level 4, level 4. Well, I have 2. Oh, I guess you have to have them on the field. Again, you can hold circle to stop it. Yes, I did do that last turn. Thank you for telling me that, Stalling, because that helped a lot. Have you ever played Resident Evil 0 before? No, I have not. I am not a fan of horror games. I tend to avoid them. Which one should I put out first? This one? I'll also just do this because we're goofing off. Now I don't have to look at it anymore. Okay. Is that the snowman card? I bet you it is. It's probably that one. I was just, okay, I was about to say, these two are level 4, right? Huh. XYZ is more like, Exceed? Exceed? Oh, so people just say it as a word, Exceed? Well, this is interesting. You were right, that's really easy. It just, it's like, here, just get rid of those cards and you get this card out. Ultimate form? I got an achievement. Oh, that was cool. I like that. And all those cards are stacked. Look, it's like, you just stack them underneath. I guess in the real game. Okay, I get that. Oh, that's cool. I'm smiling real big because I was like, that's just neat. I like that I got to do it. Watch, that's going to be the snowman. I guarantee it. Yep. Oh, I should have known that that was them. Let me see. I could play this, though, and get that other one back. Imagine that didn't make them too happy. And then they just get another snowman. Let's see. Should I summon it? Just in case, I was like, yeah, but it's still going to take out my good card, isn't it? No, it did not. That's interesting. I would have expected him to take this one out. I don't have 4 in my deck yet. That's fine. You could change this one to a defense. So, here's my question. During either player's card... Oh, that one's different. That's why. Okay. It just keeps playing those. Ow. His whole deck is like loaded with those booby trap set cards. Oh well, we don't. Neither one of us has cards now. I know it's mostly a defense card, but I wanted to do that real quick. Can't switch it back yet. Gotta wait till the next turn. The cost of detached material is literally taking that number of cards stacked under the monsters and sending it to the graveyard. Ah. Oh, I got this at a good time. Because I don't have anything else to do. I still don't have anything to do. Oh, they could make a comeback now, because I don't have anything in my hand. I needed draw cards earlier, and I didn't get them. Oop, well. Nope, still don't have anything I can do. I think they're going to win, because they've probably got enough damage there. At least I did get that achievement, though. I'm happy. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think they've got enough. Ow. Left me with 800 hit points. Oh, boy. And I can't pull out anything. That's the only problem with these cards that you have to tribute for. You can get stuck. Oh well. At least I get to see all their cards blow up. Didn't get to kill that card off. Oh well. I'm holding on with 800 hit points. Oh, they got me with that last draw, though. That was close. I almost had a comeback. Couldn't last long enough. That's okay. I still had fun with it. It's neat, too, because when you lose in this game, you still get cards. And we have that duelist challenge now, which is nice. And I did get to see... I'm buying a couple of those packs. Ooh, I just keep buying a couple of these packs in between battles to see what we get. I got a zombie. A deep, dark trap hole. Ooh, I like that. This would be helpful against that card. See, we need to get more banished cards like this. Mere Minor Goblin Official. During either player's turn is the old way cards said quick effect. Ah. Basically, since some years ago, they made so every card released or reprinted after that point would only use the exact same terms when referring to the same things. So understanding that the cards doesn't take so much effort. And the quick effect, I guess, would be the equivalent. You can activate this as an instant from Magic. Yes, that sounds about right, because instances in Magic can be played on the opponent's turn, in between the different phases. Well, Magic kind of went through a similar thing where they changed. They were pretty good about keeping the same terminology, but there were a couple effects that they had to merge and change the name of. I think it's important that the card games do that, at least keep some similar terminology throughout their games. I really wanted to beat that guy. I kind of felt bad because normally I can beat this one really easy and I didn't do it. But I think it's because I was goofing off and I just wanted to see the XYZ card. Goes first. I want to see if I can get a better hand. Not really. Well, at least this came out early. Oh, he just returned it to me. That was mean. They got a really good start. I did not. Please, I'm holding circle. I don't have anything else I can do. Oh well. Except try to survive. Counter traps are the higher spell speed. To be simple, you can only respond to a counter trap with another counter trap. Ah. Oh, please. I don't think there's anywhere to change that, but I am going to look. Press and hold circle to auto-skip prompts to check filled. Hold X to show prompts. Press check filled. Simple. Computer decides when to auto-skip. I wonder if simple gets rid of it. Does look like you have a way of doing it. It's just weird. Well, I don't think I have anything in my graveyard. That's the only thing I can play, though. Ah, I can play this. That's good. Oh no, why did that... Select card to activate? No, what happened? I hit it on the wrong thing. That creeped me out for a minute. I was like, no. Let's see. I don't have anything in there, right? No, because that's not going to give me enough damage to get through, right? No, that's a very hard card. That was 21. What other effect can I chain? Oh, I could do this. That's fine. There we go. Thank you, Morgan the Great, for the Nepali. La-da-da. I'm back, dear friend. Well, welcome back, Morgan. Pro seems the better option. What does it mean? Does simple skip it stalling? Is that what the simple layout does? It just skips through it? And pro, I have to hit a button? Oh, geez, they got a... What it's... I didn't even pay attention. They got something new out. I haven't seen that. Mm-hmm. See if I can't buy some turns here, I hope. Ah, well I do have that card to play. Mm-hmm. Destroy all monsters on the field. Yeah, but that takes out mine, too. Oh well, if my strategy's messed up, so is yours. Yeah, of course they get lucky and pull out a big card right away. Can I hold out another turn or two to get these out? I don't know. Oh, finally, he's on defense. And that should... Oh, that's right. I can't use from here. Oh, well. Oh, it was the snowman. Of course it was the snowman. Ah. I know, I should have, because they just had a throwaway snowman card again. The snowman's beaten us a lot. Well, I lose next turn if they even get one monster. I don't have anything I can play. I made a bad mistake with the other one. I can't do anything with that either. Oh. All they need is one creature and they win. Yep, there you go. That's all you needed. I lost twice in a row to this guy. Oh, I couldn't beat him that time either. Yeah, Stalling, you can give me a bop for that one. I just get excited when I see the thing light up and I can summon stuff. Here, I'll do it for you. Arcana Chimerica. Oh, welcome in, friend. I hope you're having a good morning. Saito recommended me. Saito is a dear. And you just wanted to say good morning. Well, good morning to you, too. I hope your day's going well. And I love their art. I actually need to do a Saito commission at some point. Having a lot of tributes can result in brick hands. I've bricked my hand quite a few times. I don't mind. It's all in good fun. I'm learning the game. It's nice. I mean, I went from, if you've been here since the beginning, I went from not understanding how any of these mechanics worked to I actually get how they work now. Okay, well, it's a little after noon. I do have another stream to do later this evening. I don't have any work, so the stream later tonight should be a bit longer. I'm going to see if I can get some friends together, and we're going to do some Minecraft, I hope, if everything goes well. Let me switch back over here. Ah, there we go. That's a cool background. I do love the music in this game, too. Oh, it's so good. And I'm sorry, Arcana, I know you just came in for the lurk, but we're going to be heading off. However, if you stick around for the raid, you'll get some free gear points. And Morgan, thank you for joining me. I hope everybody had a good laugh at my April Fool's joke, those of you who got to catch it at the beginning of the stream. For those of you who didn't catch it, simply go and watch the first couple minutes of the stream and you'll see it on the VOD when it goes up. I do thank everybody for being here. Stallingo, Morgan, thank you for your input and advice. Thank you all for the lurks. What else happened today? It was good to see you, Moonlight. John, thank you for coming in. If you're still listening, John, you don't need to come off lurk, but if you're still listening, I will look into getting the Switch version of this game. I'm going to check it after stream, actually. Sonaris, thank you for being here. It was a wonderful time. I didn't really get anything accomplished, but again, I've been playing this game as a casual go-to game, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'll put the raid warning up. We're going to raid someone who is
Do you
in...
really believe your own hype
Thank you for
that
the hype.
much? I am the hype!
We're going to raid a channel that is 18 plus. I find their content is pretty good, and they run a very clean channel. They advertise that it's 18 plus. I do like them. They're a really, really good streamer. Their name is HitSaveCyril. I haven't gotten to see her in a long time. Every time I go to raid her, the streams get moved around, and I haven't been able to. So I see an opportunity, and I'm going to jump on it. Well, the link monsters are the most generic to use. So there's that from the Switch. Ah, good. Well, Stalling, don't be shocked if you come in here and see Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm playing on the Switch then. Because I might get that one. And I think for quite a while we're going to leave Yu-Gi-Oh! As the Friday morning game. Because I like it on Friday morning. It's nice. Let me get you all the raid messages. But what I was saying, if you're under 18, or you don't want to hear curse words. Everything else about the stream is fine. They do use adult language. So if you don't want to hear that, you'll have to leave the stream. Otherwise, if you don't mind and you're 18 years or older, I would highly recommend you go with us, because Cyril's a wonderful person. And I've been wanting to go over there and say hi for a while. They typically stream when I'm asleep, by the way. That's another reason why I haven't been able to get over there to catch their streams. And they're also playing a really interesting game that I've never heard of. It's called Power Wash Simulator. So we'll go over there and see what this is all about. Oh goody, I think they actually just started their game. They actually might be doing an April Fool's joke, so maybe we're going to fall for something. Going already? Yeah, I've been going for about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I need to have a nap and get my... well, I eat, I have lunch, and then I lay back down to sleep. I only got about 3 hours of sleep last night. I'd like to reclaim some sleep. I will be back live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, or at least I'm going to attempt to be live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, hopefully for some Minecraft. Thank you all again for joining me. It was a lovely day. I hope the rest of your April Fools is filled with laughter and joy.